Hi, I'm Kat. I give daily tarot readings as well as personal tarot readings and astrology readings. I'm also a certified health practitioner in the areas of herbalism, aromatherapy, and nutrition, and also work with flower essences. I make an assortment of my own body care products and therapeutic products that I sell at my store, Roots of Alchemy, on Etsy, and I also offer my services that you can find more information about on my website, rootsofalchemy.com, along with different blog articles and different things that I've written over the years. Now let's get to today's tarot. The opening card that we have for today is the Four of Wands. Now, wands are the energy of fire, and it's in our lives, our personal lives, it's the energy of our will and where we feel motivated and called to act, right? It's our own personal fire. And having four wands is like having a stabilized effort and a stabilized will in our lives. And so this is telling of our focus on safety and security in our lives and the need to create that, and also the need to give ourselves some rest in and within all this change that we're navigating in our lives. Like what does it mean to feel a place of home? And so it brings our attention to that. Now, the challenge that we have that showed up today is the Fool. The Fool is a major arcana. It's also associated with the planet of Uranus. Now, the planet Uranus is a planet that brings change into our lives in areas that no longer serve us. It's like outworn areas, like places that we've just kind of stabilized into, but they're getting in the way of us actually progressing towards something that we actually need to move towards in life. Uranus brings that change, and it's unexpected change, and this could be challenging for us, right? There could be something in motion or something that's been in motion that we've found that's really challenging in our lives. Now, what's something that I'd like to ask you to consider, if that is happening in your life, is that the friction and change that comes into our lives actually creates opportunity. And so if we can look at it like that, more like a challenge or a game of, chess, like something that's more of a clever riddle, more than it is like a punishment from the divine, then we can actually get it further and not lose so much time to shaking our fist at unexpected changes. The way we're going to get through the card is the energy of the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is a fixed water energy associated with Scorpio. Now, fixed water is what? It's ice. It's something that's contained. And so we have to learn how to contain our emotions and to keep something a bit under the surface and just be in more of an observant space when it comes to things that are happening and respond to things that we can intuitively feel need to be responded to, right? Like if you look out at the ocean, you can see a certain amount of things underneath the water, even though you can't see under the water, because there's an energy, there's awareness that we can pick up on. And so if you feel called to act and to do things in your life, these two energies are reminding us that it's time to, let your heart lead the way. If you are in a place of change and you are being confronted with a lot of unknowns, like follow your spirit, like let your heart guide the way, more so than letting fear and letting the mind run away with you. Now, the overall energy that we have for today deals with illusions. It's also another major arcana. It's the Moon. The Moon card is also associated with Pisces and the energy of Neptune. The Moon card, if you look at this, and for those of you who are listening, I'll describe it. In the background, there's a moon overlooking a piece of land that has two towers that are lit by the light of the moon, and in the foreground you have a domesticated dog and a wild wolf standing on either side of a path, and that path goes through the towers, up the mountain, kind of into the light of the moon. And then in between those two animals, we have like a scarab type beetle that's walking that path, and then we have a little scorpion that's coming out of the water, or crustacean coming out of the water that's also going on the path. So it's telling of like a subconscious energy and an elevation of our own spiritual nature. Like we're going through something that's ultimately taking away what's no longer useful in our lives, and not necessarily in a harsh way. It's kind of like, you know, if you're familiar with the movie The Neverending Story, and when a trail is going through the towers, and it's like the only way that he can get through the towers is if he's like pure of heart and pure of spirit, and he can't have any bad intentions, because if he goes through those towers with bad intentions, the Sphinx's eyes are going to open and pierce him into, like, obliterate him and explode him into, you know, a million pieces, right? It's kind of like that. Well, not really. But it is a bit like not letting your illusions run away with you. When we look at things, sometimes when we are overcome with being identified in a situation or the outcome or the way that a situation looks, it can look bigger than what it actually is. And it's important to, you know, be present with where you are and put your attention, you know, possibly just like on the ground beneath you, quite literally, because this is ruled by Pisces. Pisces rules the feet. And be grounded. Pay attention and let your spirit and your higher self guide you. Sometimes I honestly, when I feel totally lost in life, I ask my higher self to guide me and to guide my every step and to guide the words that come out of my mouth in, you know, exchanges that are difficult. And to ask our higher self for guidance when we're in a place when we feel lost can be one of the most profound connections that we have as far as spiritual awakenings, because we realize we actually truly are connected, and we're always connected, and we're connected on our feet, and we're connected in the place that we live. So take the time, you know, to meditate and connect with how this change could be bringing out the next evolution of yourself and what it's calling to become, because we are ultimately stepping into that right now. And with that, I send you a huge hug wherever you are, and so much love and a good wish to navigate through whatever you're navigating through. And I'll see you again tomorrow.